I'd like to thank you all for coming as well on behalf of Val and Girl Scouts in the Heart of Pennsylvania. I am her advisor, so I'm here to make sure that you all have a good time and you learn something today. If you don't, she doesn't pass. No, I'm kidding. She's done a great job, and I'm so happy to be here for her today. I'm going to speak a little bit about special education. I am a special education teacher. I currently work for Behavioral Health Associates in Weissport, Pennsylvania. Special education is a very unique area to work in. Special education helps teach youth with a variety of disabilities, hearing impairments, language impairments, everything from autism to MR, emotional disabilities, physical disabilities. It's a very rewarding part of teaching, and it's probably one of the most interesting parts of teaching, anybody you ask. The students that I teach have anywhere between a mild to severe disabilities. The majority of teachers who come out of college in special education work with either elementary or high school age girls, students, but there also is pre-K and early intervention. So anybody who really likes the little ones, there's special education for preschool as well. Special educators teach all types of curriculum, and they can be either a general special education teacher or specialized. And I'll get into that in a second. Anybody want to be a teacher? Raise your hands. Nobody. No teachers. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Good. I'll be hunting you down later. Okay. Special education is a unique teaching experience in the fact that you don't just stand up in front of a classroom. I very rarely, when I go to work, stand up in front of my classroom and teach my students. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of hands-on. You work in small groups and large groups and individually, and you get to work with a lot of different toys and manipulatives and things like that to teach them in a different way other than just standing up with the chalkboard and the chalk and the marker and smart boards and all these things that you guys have now in school. The goal of a special educator is to make accommodations and to make plans for the students to be successful. So that's the number one point of special education. The other part that's rewarding is that you get to work closely as a team with parents, different supervisors, different educational professionals. So you get to meet a lot of people, and you get to be a huge impact on the life of a child, even more than you would in a regular education classroom. Now about the fun stuff, right? What do you need in college? In order to be a special education teacher, you need to, of course, complete your 4 years of college, having a bachelor's degree in education. Most colleges in Pennsylvania, as well as anywhere in the United States, have education. The special education degree is an extra 1-year specialization on top of your education. So you'll be going for 5 years. I'm sorry. It's fun, though. In order to obtain your teaching license, you have to graduate, and that's about it. Graduate and apply, so it's very simple. There's a test that you take in order to complete it, but as long as you set your goals and set your mind in gear when you're in college, the test is not a problem. And then your teaching certificate is valid anywhere in Pennsylvania, so you can move and you can teach anywhere you would like. It also covers different dual degrees, such as elementary and special ed. You can have early intervention and special ed. You can have secondary ed and special ed. There are so many different opportunities in special education. So why am I going to tell you that you need to go into special education today? By the year 2012, the projection rate of special education is supposed to increase by 75%. That means there will be 75% more special education teachers when you guys graduate, a need, than there is ever. Because of the rising amount of children with special education, especially now you hear about a lot of autism and things like that, it is the #1 fastest growing career in the education field. Most teachers, they recommend going back and getting some sort of special education on their degree. So if you would graduate with special education, you would of course have that and you'd be one step ahead of everybody else in a growing field. As of 2002, the estimated salary for a special education teacher was $42,690. So when you graduate from college, that is the estimated amount of money that you could make. It's significantly $15,000 more than just a regular education teacher. So think of that as your planning. The average range of salaries is between $34,000 and $67,000 a year, depending on your specializations and your directors. So anybody who would like special education, feel free to come and talk to me. It's the most rewarding career that you could ever have.